title up. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Insta Good Show. Welcome over here on Instagram as well. We're starting the Insta Good Show on Instagram. I'm Seth, and this is the show that helps you get Insta Good at Instagram for your church. So I am really happy to be with you and very excited about today's show. We've got a lot of things to cover because, man, there's a lot going on. Even though we're all kind of stuck at home, there is a lot happening in the world of social media, church world, right now. Lots and lots of things happening. And I wanted to start off with a quick update about the Insta Summit. The Insta Summit has been moved to May 19th. That's super important to know. So we're moving it to May 19th through the 21st. We're adding some speakers. We're making it a little better, but we felt like everyone's so focused right now on just getting live stream together that it could do better there for everyone. Like everyone would really enjoy it a little bit more if we moved it just a month and let us get away from the freak out of live streaming, setting up your church, all the things that we've been trying to deal with. So we moved it, and all the same speakers that were going to be there are still there. We got all our videos in. It's going to be really, really great. And so really sorry about the confusion. That was all my bad, honestly. But it's going to be a really, really great conference that I hope you'll join. Go to theinstasummit.com and you can get a free ticket. Or I know things are still kind of nuts, so go ahead and get that $97 on-demand later pass is what we're calling it. That way you can just watch whenever you have a moment and still get all of these really, really great speakers and experts, because we really do have some incredible content coming out through that. Can't wait to share that with you. But today, let's get to the stuff I've got planned here for the Insta Good Show. Again, like I said, I'm going to run basically 2 slideshows at once, so bear with me a little bit. But I wanted to show you some new features that are coming up on in Instagram that have been added, and we'll talk about. I got to move over a little bit so I can get in my lower third here. We'll talk a little bit about what these new features look like. If you can see this at home on Instagram, there's one that's being covered up by me right now. I'm so sorry about that. And it is gift cards. So you've got donations, a stay home sticker, gift cards, food orders, a thank you sticker. I thought that would do something. It really doesn't. It just says thank you. Location mentions all the other stuff that's still there. But I wanted to talk about a couple of ones, like down there in the bottom next to hashtag, you'll see a hashtag challenge sticker. And that sticker is super interesting because it allows you to take part in some official challenges that are going on Instagram. And this is a great way to a great way to get engagement with your people on Instagram in stories. I'm getting notifications. I had to turn them off on my phone. Sorry. It's a great way to get engagement on Instagram stories. So I want to tell you a little bit about what this sticker does. So when you open it up, let's see this. Here's a challenge right here. This is what it looks like right here. So you'll see stay home challenge. You can't add new challenges, right? So that's a really strange, little tweak, little quirk about this tag. Once you go into it, you can pick challenges that are being done officially. I don't know where these are coming from or who's setting it up, but it's this little tag. You type it in and it'll give you a search at the bottom. You can see there that allows you to search through the challenges that are going on right now, like hand wash challenge. I have no idea what that is, but there's a lot of stay home challenge. I don't know, 50 jumping jacks challenge, whatever it is. And you can take part in that. And then you can nominate someone there in the bottom. So if I went in and typed in, I nominate and tag somebody, it's already set up to do that for you. And then your video or picture is just you doing the challenge. So this is a really interesting new tweak for Instagram stories that allows you the opportunity to kind of create shareable content in stories that allows it to kind of chain react to your followers, which is really interesting and probably really welcome right now during a time when we're all kind of locked in the house and aren't able to really go anywhere. So I wanted to talk about that one. That's a really great one. So there's probably a ton of ways you can use the challenge sticker for Instagram stories to get your church engaged in some of these challenges. And I think there's definitely some that have more to do with prayer challenge and things like that. You can just search those. but it might be worth Googling to figure out how to actually create it. And when I tried to create one, it said, you're not able to create challenges yet. So that's the yet allows us some hope that maybe we'll get to create our own challenges soon. And I think it's wise on Instagram's part, to be honest, because, gosh, that could totally get out of hand quick and really kill that sticker and its power and its fun. If you have to search through like a million different spellings of a challenge or a million different versions of one challenge just to find the right one that everyone's doing, because that's the point, is that everyone's on the same tag so that we're connecting, right? It's not that it's not about just showmanship, or I don't know what, that's not the right word. It's not about, one-upping people or being celebrity about it or whatever, being most popular. It's about being able to connect everyone under the same headings, and Instagram has limited who can do that, which is probably a really wise move on their part. So that way you don't get stay at home challenge, and some of them are stay at ampersand at home challenge, something like that. That's not the right word. That's not the right thing, but you know what I'm saying. You don't get the different spellings. Okay, so that's the challenge sticker. The other one I wanted to show you was the donations sticker. And when you click the donation sticker, it brings up this window over here. It looks like this. Now, there's a way that you can actually set yourself up as a church as an option to donate to for people. The donations button is really interesting, but right now you have to be officially recognized, and there's a little format I'm going to go through in a little bit and show you how to do that. But if you want to set up donations, it's a way for your nonprofit, which churches are, and to set up a donation for people to actually be able to give you money through Instagram. If you are wondering, how are we getting tithes? How are we getting offerings? Gifts to the church? This is one way to do it. And if you see at the top, select a nonprofit for people to donate to. All nonprofits receive 100% of the money you raise. That's at the very top when you click this button. And so once you select your nonprofit, it allows you a chance to pick. I didn't get this as a screenshot, but then you pick like how you want to take the money, like through Stripe or whatever, and you can sign in through that so the money comes directly to you. And it is a really interesting development for Instagram stories. So when we're looking at how are we getting money to the church, because obviously all of us are wondering, how do we handle online giving? This is just another way, and actually kind of a fun way to help with giving at your church. I think if you paired this with some kind of shareable challenge or shareable content, you might find a fun way to give to your church that spreads around on Instagram with your people. And I think it's important to think about giving in that way on social, because if you just come out and ask for money, you'll get some money, but it won't have the reach that you might want to get out of something like this. So I'll tell you how to set yourself up as this in just a minute. But first I wanted to go back through and talk about some of these other stickers and kind of what they do. So let's go back to our sticker page here, and you can see that you've got food orders. These are really for restaurants. So if you wanted to set yourself up, you're sending food out, people can order food with you. It's the same thing with gift cards. If you're like Pizza Hut or Papa John's or any other pizza place. I don't know, I'm on pizza today. I really love pizza. So if you're a pizza joint and you want people to be able to buy a gift card to your establishment that they can come and use later, it's a way that people can do that. You put up a post, it says gift card, and they can buy gift cards to your company through that. So the thank you and the stay home stickers are just stickers. And what's cool about the stay home sticker is they actually started to create a story based on the stay, kind of like they used to do with cities. They don't really do this with locations anymore. But in the same way, they took the stay home sticker, and now you have a chance, if you use that, or if you use the thank you sticker, which is what we're using to thank like first responders, medical professionals. If you use those stickers, then your content could end up in a national story through Instagram for that sticker. So it is kind of a location tag sticker, but you can't really do anything to it except change from I think it has 2 different versions of it when you tap the sticker to use. So it's a really interesting idea. And obviously you got GIFs and music and questions and polls and countdowns and all kinds of great things you can do in stories. I don't know why the timestamp thing is still there. Does anybody use the timestamp? I never use the time. I don't really need anybody to know what time it is unless it's part of the joke that I'm making. I don't make a lot of time related jokes, I guess. I don't know. If you've got ideas for the time sticker, I'd love to hear those because I have nothing on that. I think that's kind of useless. But anyway, I digress. New stickers, great engagement on social media. It is on Instagram stories, great way to engage your people. And I think that is one of those things that if you're using this kind of stuff, it's a way to get people active and connected and involved while we're stuck at home, other than the Zoom calls and other than the live streams and other things going on. In fact, Instagram Live is another way to go and bring people in as an interview, which you can do easily, to just bring some people in to understand what's going on, or just talk with your children's pastor. Okay, Adam has an idea. Timestamp is fun if you're showing how long something takes, like how long did it take you to do that 3-minute project? Okay, cool. That's a good idea. I wouldn't have thought of that. When it actually took 27 minutes. What a bunch of liars. Don't lie. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, if anybody else has ideas on timestamp or any of these stickers that just pop into your head, the donation sticker or any of that, throw them out in the comments and I'll try to watch them here and I'll bring them up. Jonathan Brownlee says, I only use timestamp for 2 a.m. renders. It's kind of a humble brag. That's good. That's good. Oh man, rendering video. If you didn't follow that, it's because sometimes you have to basically set your video to render and export and your machine gets taken hostage and you just have to walk away and do something else for a while. Very funny. Okay. Any other ideas for those stickers would be great. Throw those in here and I'll try to watch what's going on over here. But for now, I want to move on to our FAQ section, which I'm going to just say is, how do I set my church up for donations through Instagram? Great question. Great question. First of all, I'm going to give you a link to go to that has these steps for you and links to these places in the show notes here on Facebook. I don't think I can do that on Instagram, but if you go to the Facebook page, the Facebook group and get in there, you'll find it there. Okay. So here's how you do this. Basically, first you need to have an Instagram business account first that's connected to your Facebook page. If you don't have all that, then none of this is going to work. So if you've never converted over to a business page, something I've learned recently that's very, very disappointing is that it is super difficult if you're running a social media account for someone else to do all of this unless you do it exactly how they want you to. You have to have a Facebook business profile with a Instagram, and Instagram can't be a business Instagram anymore unless it's connected to a Facebook business page. Oh my gosh. It's like chain me down and punch me. It's just frustrating, but it works when it's all together really well. So you have to have an Instagram business account, which means you have to have a church Facebook page that it's connected to. And once you do that, you can then enroll in the charitable giving tools for Facebook. I'm going to give you a link to that, but you have to enroll your nonprofit, in your church, in that, into those giving tools. And that opens up the ability to put in your info, connect it to Instagram. And then once you do all that, you get all that set up, you have to go into the Facebook page that it's connected to. And I want to tell you this, go to publishing tools, then donation settings, and then fundraisers. And there's a little checkbox next to a sentence that says, allow people to add donation stickers on Instagram stories, and then hit save. And then you'll be able to pop up as a donation option for people so that your people can not only donate to you through the content you create with the donation sticker and when you slap that on there on stories, others in your church can also do that too. So I could take that, slap the donation sticker on anything I put out, and I can select you as a place where I want the money to go. That's how you do it. So I'll put a link. There's a a page. It's help.instagram/bunch of numbers. And I'm going to put that in the show notes here in the comments for you. So that is basically how you do that. And if you haven't gone through those steps, that's probably, if you have no idea how to do any of this, set aside an hour and a half to try, just to be safe. If you're anything like me, it takes you a while to do some of this and it's frustrating. So give yourself a block of time that you can really dedicate to this kind of thing. Now, if you're a numbers person, spreadsheets are your love language, this will take you 10 minutes. But if you are not, like I'm not, then this will make you doubt all things that are good in the world for a while. So save some time, make yourself some time and do it. But it is a worthwhile thing to go through to set up for your church, because it not only allows you to have giving tools on Instagram, but on Facebook as well. And so as we move forward in this digital space, I can't imagine it getting to where it's less or stays the same with people's need to give online. Right now, we give through text, we give through our mobile apps, we give through the website. We have these tools, but the next phase of giving is going to involve social media giving. And it's already happening in a lot of places. And of course, the church is going to be one of the last ones to really adopt it. But if you're able to really get ahead of that curve and flatten that curve, then you're going to be a little bit more thankful when something else like this, who knows what will hit, that we may not be prepared for. So pay attention to that. Very, very important. So I'm looking at that for our church as well. I'm not on staff, but as something I'm going to recommend we do to make sure we're ready for the next 10 years or so. Who knows? So as we wrap up today, I wanted to do a quick post breakdown for as we spotlight a church. And I follow several different churches online. Sometimes I have no interest really in ever going to the church because it's like in Montana or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm never going to go there. And if I ever happen to go to Montana, I might try this place out. But actually, I think this church is in Montana. I don't know. No, that's Fresh Life. I'm thinking of the Fresh Life Church. This is a church called Flatirons Church. I'm going to put up the this post that they put out. It was a scrolling post. It was I thought it was well done. So I'm going to get it over here. Let's just look at it real quick. Okay, so if you're on Facebook, you can see it. I'm going to scroll over to what I was able to screenshot here for Instagram. And I'm going to cover most of it. So this is going to be unfortunate here. But if you don't, can I move me? I can't move me out of the way. I'm so sorry. Right below me on Instagram and right here in the top right corner, it says, "What's happening?" And it's written in like a handwritten thing that's really, really good. It's just a campfire. Such a great photo. And you'll see at the end, I think the last photo in this is actually still this same photo, but a different section of that photo. Really smart use of getting most out of your content. Very, very cool. So what's happening? Here's the context for this. And let's read this caption. "Just because we're not gathering in person doesn't mean we're not meeting. Our campuses and ministries are busy coming up with ways to meet you right where you're at, which is most likely home. So stop scrolling and start swiping through." That's a great line. "Stop scrolling, start swiping through this post to see different ways you can stay connected to us all week." So this is an informational announcement post, if you didn't know that. But it's very, very well done, and that it's creative. It uses great photography. The caption is really compelling. It didn't start with the announcement. It started with the problem. We're not gathering in person, but here's the solution. But it doesn't mean we're not meeting. Then the campuses and ministries, here's our solution. We're busy coming up with ways to meet you right where you're at. So here's the call to action. Stop scrolling and start swiping. Swiper, no swiping, right? Through this post, see different ways you can stay connected throughout the week. So let's scroll through the post. This is really, really great. I'm going to go over here. All right. So our next post, let's scroll here. That's not right. I actually went to the next post, complete post. Hold on. Instagram is there, but this one is not. I hit the wrong arrow. Here we go. Okay. So that's the next one in the slider. Very cool photo. Definitely used a couple of different images and graphically put them together here for a little bit more attack. So good. So well done. They got the Zoom call here, more handwriting that looks like a chalkboard that kind of points to these different things and why it's in there. And it's hard to read, so you have to stop. This is one of the tactics, is like if it's a little bit difficult to read but yet interesting, people will stop. And trust me, the Instagram timing counter is a going, okay? And giving you these points for them stopping here and even scrolling. Intro to apologetics. I love that a church is talking about that right now. And I hope that it's very much in the context of the internet apologetics, because that's what you're going to need that the most. Here's a picture of the Bible, and then the Zoom calls. Here's our Bible study that's meeting on Zoom. And then down here, the men of Shift. Make sure I put the hard T on that. The women of Shift Facebook groups. Join and get approved, and there's Bible studies going on in there for live streaming. Really cool, really great post. Let's go on to the next one. So the Bible studies are meeting. Here's the next. Oh gosh, there's a guy's face behind me here, with a speech bubble, and here's some student ministry stuff. I love they called it T at 3 for student ministry for Flatiron students. And then just information about that, how it's going to be going. And then you have a picture of a house in there. That's so strange, but I like it. I really enjoy this graphic. Really well done. And then the last one, just thanks for tuning in. Very simple. And again, like I said, I think that's the top half of the fire illustration. Why do they use that? I don't know. Because you gather around a campfire, maybe. I think that's clever. But this post is just well done. And notice that they only have 3 hashtags on this post. It is Flatirons Church. That is a branded hashtag. New Normal. That's going to be a big hashtag. And what's happening is probably a decent sized hashtag, but it has relevance to the post. And that's all they did. They probably could have added more posts, more hashtags to this, and gotten more exposed to more people, but this is more of an internal post, so they really didn't have to do that because their people are going to see it enough. So this is just an example of a really great post right now for keeping people informed. That's also creative, that's also interesting, that kind of draws you in to the post. And I thought this was just really, really well done. So great job, Flatirons Church. Good post. Everybody go follow them. They're totally worth following. Just a really, really good Instagram account in general to get ideas from. So that is our spotlight for today. Now, it was a creative way to share info. It was focused on how they can connect with their people, focused on their audience. And it was really down to earth copy too. Did you notice how just conversational it was? It wasn't like very salesy or, I don't know, polished. It was just, hey, we realize that, right now we're not meeting. It was just very, very normal sounding. And that is one of those ways that with copy, we can not only give context to the photo that we share or the graphic that we share on Instagram, but with the copy, we can actually create this environment, this atmosphere of authenticity, of raw feeling, kind of down to earth feeling that makes people feel comfortable, makes people feel connected, makes people feel like you're with them. Because, we haven't seen that phrase enough. We don't really need to hear that you're with us. We need to feel like you're with us. And that is how it comes across in the copy, not just what you say. So very, very cool. Adam says, casual beats polished, especially right now, for sure. And then Ben Stapley, hey, Ben, start with the problem. Love it. Obviously, always start with the problem. And then Adam is, I think, trying to come up with different ways to say it. Conversation over convolution. Simplicity over symbiotics. Symbiotics? What the heck, man? What are you even talking about? I haven't seen Adam McLaughlin in a while, and I miss that dude. So thank you for tuning in. All right, so as we wrap up here, few last minute little housekeeping things. Don't forget that the Insta Summit is coming up. If you want to learn more about Instagram, man, let me tell you, it is May 19th and it is free. Get the on-demand pass though for $97 so you can make sure you don't miss any of this. But it is an incredible conference that is building some serious momentum right now. I cannot wait for you guys to see what's going on. It is the Insta Summit. that is going to be in May 19th. So get your ticket. Go to theinstasummit.com and get that ticket. All right. So that's the show for today. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. I'm going to hang out here on Instagram for just a few seconds after the show is over. So if you want to hang out and talk, hit me up over there on the Church Comms Instagram. And today we went live. This was really fun. I'm glad I got to do this in both places. I may start doing this every week. However, that's our show for today. Thank you for tuning in. And if you want to get Instagood at Instagram, make this an event on your weekly calendar, and don't miss the Insta Summit. I'll see you in a little while. Later, guys.